Welcome to Denver and Empower Field at Mile High. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Denver Broncos. Greg Olsen with you. The Pro Bowler Brandon Aubrey has a set. Off we go from Denver. Yeah. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, they'll throw to get this one started. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and that will lead to a 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. And that ball incomplete over the middle. Evan Ingram, the intended target. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth with the receiver saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
He'll give it to Dobbins. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Denver 1st down.
Typically in a 3rd down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass, but give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
That is caught, and it's Troy Franklin. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Nix. That is brought in downfield by Sutton. And he will go all the way. Cortland Sutton, touchdown Broncos. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
His kick is good.
And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, it's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Yeah, here we go. First carry now for Jaden Blue. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick 1st down.
That's good.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
They're going to work this down inside the 45. Back-to-back, gains of 10 yards. And back-to-back first downs.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Dak going to give this to Blue. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. A run once more with Blue. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Juan Thornhill up from his secondary spot to make the play.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
On third down, Prescott. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Jones. Oh, big hole left side. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. Here's Lutz now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Broncos move out on top. 14-0. Touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35. Going to throw it here on first down. Open man, downfield, it's CeeDee Lamb. And he will score. CeeDee Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. At their own 25-yard line. Now it's Dobbins. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
RPO, quick throw, there's Sutton. Into space. To the 20. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 72 yards. Touchdown, Denver. Lutz for the extra point. He gets it to go. Broncos will take a 21-7 lead. Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos. touchdown. Lutz going to send this one away. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So we'll come out per the new rule to the 35-yard line. They put Pickens in motion. First down, Prescott. And the throw left sideline caught. They ruled incomplete. Couldn't keep the feet in. And it's second down.
Well, it's going to go down as an incompletion, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. I mean, he did everything in his power to try to get both feet in bounds. The pass just took him a little bit too close to the sideline and just wasn't able to save the play.
We'll try again. It's second and 10. Shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
I think in this field position, Mike, when fourth and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
That's taken in.
A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on fourth down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay. And while some people say this is over-aggressive, in this case, the aggressiveness paid off, and they're going to keep this drive alive.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And you think back earlier, remember, Mike, he threw that pick six in a very similar situation. So this time around, much better decision. Doesn't take any chances. Smart move to just throw that one away.
They'll throw again. Dak. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. That's the Pro Bowler from a year ago, Nick Bonito, getting in to record his 9th sack of the year. This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
On first down, here's Nix to throw. So, from the 22, here's second and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
On the ground, here's Dobbins. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
From 31, here is second and 6. Here's Dobbins. And his momentum completely stopped there. Picked up, thrown down for a loss. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Broncos with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. 3rd down and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That's caught on the right side by Sutton. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And the Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
A run with Dobbins. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He was brought down at his 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
Just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and 8. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
He'll get the first down inside the 35. And he will go all the way. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown, Denver. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Avante Turpin on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Play action. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. D.J. Jones. He gets in for the sack. It took a while, but that is his first on the year. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll run with Blue. And they'll finally track him down as he takes it up to the 45-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
This is 3rd and 6. A run with Blue. And he's going to be taken down here. Pretty good spot, though, yes. He's got it. That's a first down.
And the Cowboys first down.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Out to his right. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and It ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That is Ferguson in motion. He's got the first down and more than that. And he will get into the end zone. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. That's his second touchdown of this one. And he's got a half dozen for the year.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This taken at the 5.
On screen, I showed you would not vibe to the pool. Like Tupac, I seen a bunch of mean guys in a band and a tie. Don't know the west side, give me side eyes. Ain't nobody that I really recognize. Ain't surprised to ride the killer vibe. Probably the beat you got trying to feel alive, but I'm incentivized by in the thighs.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game and a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. Greg and I return to Denver after this. It is 2nd and 9. Throwing is Nix. That's caught left side by Ingram. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Now, this looks like a design run.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
A first down throw for Nix. To the right side, he's got Ingram, the tight end. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. That tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. And a nice game there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with first and goal.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Dobbins is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Halftime coming close.